All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming live from our Joburg office. And good morning. Welcome back to the opening bell with myself, Tshepo and Ashley. And this is brought to you by TD Markets and TD Markets Academy every Mondays to Fridays at 9, streaming live on YouTube. All right. Apologies for the sound. We are still sorting out the sound, just a bit of a technical issue we are experiencing, but it should be resolved very soon. All right. Now back to business. It is a Tuesday. We're gonna have a look at the markets, what we're focusing on for this morning, and that is basically the US stock indexes. So we've got Nasdaq, we've got US 30, as well as S&P 500. All right. Now obviously, the majority of the US stocks that carry significant weight in the Nasdaq, S&P 500 and US 30 indexes have exceeded many expectations this year, right? If you go back, you will notice that the stocks have been positive for the majority of this year, right? The market has just been pushing towards the upside, and that is primarily due to the surge in AI. So tech leaders like Nvidia and Microsoft have outperformed expectations, thereby leading the markets. All right. So we all know that the US stocks that have significant weight in Nasdaq, S&P 500 and US 30 is Nvidia, Amazon, Microsoft. You guys can do your own research. But whenever those companies report bad earnings, or there is negative something negative that's happening, and then as a result it results in the stock going bearish, it will affect the US stocks. All right. So we've seen, for the most part of this year, we've seen those stocks exceeding many expectations. All right. So thereby the recent sell-off that we saw in the past couple of weeks, it is just due to market structure and also due to fears in the AI bubble. All right. So whenever the stock aggressively pushes towards the upside without significant pullbacks, then you're gonna hear that there's gonna be a bit of fear, because it might perceived as a bubble. All right. Like you got your AI bubble, you've got your Bitcoin bubble. Those things have happened, right? They are still happening. So now we are looking at these stocks, and then we are seeing that there could be a bit of a recovery, right? Because the sell-offs in the market are proven to be prime opportunities for the bulls. All right. Whenever the market pulls back, right? Whenever the market pulls back, it is not a significant reversal. It is just a pullback that is creating an opportunity, and that's what we've seen with these markets. Now, if you take a look at Nasdaq at the moment, this is the sell-off we spoke about. All right. Many people thought the market was reversing, but we knew that the market is not reversing as yet. I think it was a bit early to predict that the market is reversing due to this movement. It's a bit early, right? Because if you zoom out, you will notice that the behavior is still bullish. So now we are looking at this current price, and then we are noticing that the market is broken above this level. All right. We are looking for a higher low here. We are looking for a higher low. So the market is broken back above that level. Now there's a possibility that we're gonna continue pushing towards the upside. But now before that, there is also a possibility that the market might retrace first before we push towards the upside. For as long as price does not break below the zone, I mean, this is a support. If you track back, you will notice that this is a support. So price broke above that support. So there's a possibility that the market will attempt to retest this and then continue pushing towards the upside. So we're anticipating the market to continue trading higher. This is on Nasdaq. All right. If you look at US 30, also, we are seeing a bit of rejection that's happening here. So the market created this low down here. All right. It created that low, and then it has pushed towards the upside. So we're anticipating this low to be a higher low, right? We're anticipating that low to be a higher low. So now what's happening is we want to see if price will respect this structure, right? We want to see if price respects this structure, then we can prepare for a push towards the upside, right? If price respects the structure, then we can expect a push towards the upside. But if not, the market will then go down, right? Personally, I'm not looking for any sells on this, right? I'm focusing on buys, because the potential on buys is this. This is the potential on buys, right? Any sells that form has the potential to give us a short-term move. So I'm for the buys, then the sells, right? I'm for the buys, then the sells. So this is basically so for a short-term target, we are looking at this high for a short-term target. All right, this is US 30, and then S&P 500 also, it came back to this low, tapped this low, and now we are making a push towards the upside. So also we are trading above the structure. There's a possibility that we may come back to test the structure, right? But if that happens, we are still looking for this. The potential on this is this, right? We can go all the way up. So any push towards the upside, we're anticipating it to reach this high, and then we'll see what will happen after that, right? But there's a possibility that we may retrace first before we push up. So that's basically how things are looking on the US stock index. There's a lot of opportunities, and so we are gearing and preparing for those opportunities. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's it this morning. Have a good day, enjoy, and we'll catch you guys again the next time.